Busted. Light work, easy money. I ate this dude's lunch. Back to the lobby. Not good. Not me. Just get good, bro. Just get good. I game like I have plus 50 toughness, but really, I'm plus 100 afraid.
Hey, life can be scary, but State Farm supports you.
I feel plus 250 relieved.
Hey,
Thank you.
of course, man.
Pass the ball!
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. Pull up on them and it look nice. Look nice. When we get the passes, let's go. These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking look nice. Look nice.
I don't think they're ready for this.
You never gave up. Never back down. Neither will I. This is my power. My responsibility. I am Spider-Man.
PlayStation.
The next level of nerds. Nerds Gummy Clusters. A crunchy outside with a sweet gummy center. Nerds, shake things up.
Back in, the fear does land. Shadow Reflector used. Josito sees it, stops cast for the time being so it doesn't reflect. Unfortunately, the Reflector does not work into AoE abilities like that Psychic Scream from the side of the Shadow Priest, so that does work through that Reflect. Silence coming out onto Infestors, dots ticking down. Shadow Priest dots stacking up. 3 stacks of Shadow Vulnerability here. Josito in hot pursuit, but Infestor seems to be the one in the lead. Hosey realizes that, turns around in its tracks. Fell Hunters taking devours every few seconds here, taking big chunks out of Hosey, but the fear connects, fear lands with no line of sight available. I don't know what Hosey's gonna do. Mana pot being used, maybe hopefully that was the second mana pot of the duel. If not, if that was the first, it might have been a bit late. Death Coil lands to interrupt Hosey's plan though. Into the full fear once again, might have been a resist. Corruption, Agony, Drain Mana, Fear coming out. Hosey's on the back foot. We might have a T available from Hosey. I believe he might have used 2 of them earlier today. I could be incorrect there. The Hellstone from Infestor coming out, keeping a nice healthy health total. Has that Arcane Bomb number 2, misses this time. No Tidal Charm to pair it up. Big Fear coming out on the Hosey once again, and that's the name of the game for the Warlock. Life tap into drain mana. There's a tuber from Hosey to restore a little bit of that life. 26% mana. Fell Hunter still chasing him down. They're getting close to the edge of the duel arena. They need to be aware of that. That is written in the rules. Can't run away. Hosey, 17%.
Right,
if you leave Shadow Form, it's going to be the beginning of the end, though.
It's
If you
very
leave Shadow
important,
Form to
or
heal.
I
He's not
wouldn't
going to have
be
enough mana to
not
go back
sending.
in, and that's pretty much forfeiting the duel. Infestor, completely tapped, has to life tap, and he does. The diminishing return of fear resets. Full fear lands. Infestor going to get the drain mana, not looking to push it too aggressive, just wants to slow roll it till it's done. Another fear being interrupted there from Hosey. Will of Forsaken to answer from Infestor. Well done. Arcane Bomb from Hosey, kind of evening it out a little bit in terms of mana, but the problem is the Warlock can just live tap. Another Resto Pod expanded from Infestor. The dot's ticking down. Hosey has nothing left. He falls. Infestor looking like a pro. GG, well played to Hosey, and that's pretty much going to be it. There's only one priest left, I think, in this tournament, and that's Hydra. Is that correct? Maybe. All the warlocks are just slaying these priests, man. It really, it's painful to see, but part of the tournament. That is correct. I'm getting it from the admins. All the priests are gone. All the rogues are gone. Guys, we're left with warlocks, a lot of warlocks, a lot of warriors, and we have a couple shamans and one mage, I think, Zico. So moving on to round 3 soon, but next out we get to see Snuts play, and it's always a pleasure against the warlock matchup here. We have 4 SFMG versus Snuts, and like the warlocks are slaying all the other classes, but when you see a warlock mirror, there's one guarantee that a warlock will lose. and a Warlock will win. So that's what we know for next round.
So you said,
welcome back.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so we saw the Warlock versus Priest matchup. Hosey lost. So Warlock just slaying all the priests. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Well,
so
it's the same story. It's the same story we've seen, man. Like the priests go in, they lose on mana after a while. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Like it just gets scary, you know? And then after the priest is he's just running. Warlock just keeps live tapping, train mana, and the Warlock wins in the long game. But next up we have Lock versus Warlock, and that'll be fun.
Okay, here we go. Lock Mirror coming right up. No, I was not. People keep saying I was playing the Warlock. I was not playing the Warlock.
Oh, is that why you went to the other room?
No.
Yes. That actually makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't pick that up. Thanks, Trev.
No, I was putting things in another portal that gets flushed down.
Okay.
So
a little different than the Warlock.
Yeah, a little different than a summoning portal.
Okay.
So.
Unbelievable. Jeez.
All right.
There we go. We got Snuts versus 4.
Snuts versus 4.
Lock Mirror matchup. Double Fell Hunters now. Oh, we're underway. Dots being traded. Corruptions, Agonies, back and forth. Immolate being casted. And Snuts. I just can't wait to see what he has in store for us. And 4, man, could you imagine if 4 just takes out Snuts right now? Could you imagine? Like Snuts just gets eliminated? Like, that would be insane.
Dude,
maybe it'll happen.
So, I mean, dude, after all the expectation,
yeah.
If 4 ends up eliminating Snuts, that blows the thing wide open, man.
Snuts Shadow Reflects, life taps early on, tries to get value out of it. 4, well played, cancels the cast. Fear gets interrupted with the Death Coil. Looks like 4 is maybe in the lead so far. Snuts, though, don't want to count him out. He pops the life tap in the Furbug Medicine Pouch. A lot of damage coming in here to 4. Another Fell Hunter being summoned. So it looks like Snuts killed the first pet, and it looks like Snuts is going to go for the second pet kill. We saw this yesterday in the Warlock Mirrors for the qualifiers. The Warlocks who played the long game and killed the pet started off weak, but in a long game came back because the access to that Fell Hunter. Snuts hiding it out brilliantly, killing the first pet and the second pet. Forrest is going to have no pet for the remainder of this duel. Now, Snuts looks like he's behind, but he's slowly going to start coming back here, especially with the Hellstone, the drained lives, the life taps, the Shadow Bolts. It's all coming together, and Snuts' damage is going to start crippling 4. He's not going to have access to the Soul Link from the pet. He's not going to have access to the Devour from the pet. He's not going to have access to the damage from the pet. Snuts is pulling ahead slowly but surely, and Forrest is crumbling over time.
Absolutely. Snuts is playing this matchup so incredibly well. 4 is going for the banish on the pet to try and mitigate the fact that he doesn't have one and Snuts does. However, I don't think it's going to make a difference in the long run. Snuts is doing a phenomenal job of separating, getting back to his pet, first dating. His pet is at full health, so he's not going to need a health funnel or anything to it. Forrest is probably casting another pet here. It looks like he is. And he gets spell locked. Oh. He gets spell locked, doesn't get it off, and Forrest is on his back heels right now. It is not looking good. Getting wanded down. Snuts finishing him off right here, man. What an incredible play by Snuts. Like you said, it did look like 4 had the lead to start off. It looked like 4 came out on top at the very beginning, but Snuts played that matchup so incredibly well. The meta understanding of knowing that matchup, what he can do, what I can do, it's all the same. So like you're trading cards here, you're trading cooldowns and seeing how it plays out. Killing that pet, we've seen in the Warlock matchup time and time again, killing the pet is a key factor, especially when it's a Fell Hunter, because with a Fell Hunter you lose the Devour, or whenever you lose your Fell Hunter, you also lose your Devour, which is a dispel. You have buffs stacked up all on top of you, so you lose that, the ability to remove somebody's buffs. You also lose the ability to spell lock the opposing Warlock, so you have no counter spell, no kick type ability to be able to counter the spellcasters.
And it's a long play too, you know, like in Forrest's defense, like you have to kill the first pet, and then you have to kill the second pet, and by then you're really far behind, because if the other Warlock was just focused on killing you. So it's like one of those long term strategies, like long plays, that's like you really have to think out like 4 or 5 minutes. Like, okay, the first minute or two, I'm going to be down. Second minute, the minute or two after that, it will be kind of even. And then I'm going to pull ahead. And Snuts had the forethought for that one, and it really worked out for him. Here we have another massive matchup. I can't stress this enough. Shayla versus Peace. The winner of this is a big deal. And the duel's already started. Scatter. I don't know if he's going to have time to make it for the trap. Feign Death trap. Oh my gosh, it looks like...
Resisted?
Yeah, I think it resisted, but he did have the chick in there.
Oh, he already had that place before. He has the improved trap, so he got the root on top of it, and it ticks again. He gets 2 of them in a row. He ends up trinking out of it. J-Law is now pressing Peace, but Peace is doing such a good job of kiting him in the ice trap, keeping him slowed as much as possible, keeping that applied to him the entire time, and he is just getting rooted over and over again. Peace dropping an ice trap on top of him right there and separating. Let's see if he can get some of himself back. Oh, it looks like we got is that a heartbeat? But he can't really do anything. He can't move because he's rooted.
Right.
Dude, that is so unfortunate.
The gap is closed with the Goblin Rocket Helm. So Peace is not playing with a pet, right? Because he doesn't want him to build rage. Is that what's going on? And I haven't seen a pet this whole duel unless he killed it without me noticing. Scatter to another Feign Death trap, more distance being created, and we keep seeing this. We see warriors being kited forever, but no one can pack a punch to kill a warrior. Like J-Law is like, you know what, kite me all you want. I'll wait till you're and I'll wait till you're out of cooldowns, and then I'll kill you. And warriors just seem so tanky that, like, yeah, they can be kited for like half an hour, but you can't kite a warrior forever. And you know, once you're out of cooldowns, once you're out of mana,
or
you
even
can't
if you have
even
a bad resist.
Yeah, bad resist. Oh, look at that. We got the whatever that is. It's the chest piece that turns him into an ogre or something like that. I would love to see what item that actually is. It's really cool. Looks cool, at least.
Yeah, let's see if Peace Blade can turn this around. I believe it's from Dire Maul.
I don't know if it just looks cool or if it does anything, but I'm scared. Thorium nade going in. It lands. What a great grenade. Goes for the title charm piece to answer that. So Trin gets the intercepts done into the title charm on the J-Law. Peace needs to get out of there, man. Is there a scatter? There it is. Scatter trap. But if this resists, okay, it didn't resist. But if it did, that's J-Law's opening, right? Like, what do you do if you're Peace at that point, right? And that's kind of what J-Law's waiting for. Is just like the right RNG to finish out the duel. And Peace is hoping he just doesn't get unlucky and slowly take out J-Law for many minutes. And warriors just are those tanks. And Peace finally pulling out the pet. And this is what we were talking about. Should you dismiss the pet on purpose?
Yeah, we saw this a little bit earlier with the pet. Is do you want to keep the pet on him or do you not? The idea being that if the pet is hitting him, he's generating rage. But also, if you don't have the pet on him, you have a harder time keeping the warrior in combat and keeping pressure on him. So it's really like a trade-off that is I think the best way to play it is not to just not have the pet altogether, but to maybe send him whenever you need to. And that's something we didn't see earlier in the duel earlier. But man, this is close. J-Law is in the danger zone right now. And what that does is, so that's by the way, that's the Gordok suit from Dire Maul. And it actually, this is something I didn't know. I was just told by admin. It actually increases your hitbox, so your attack range is bigger. I did not know that.
This is so close. J-Law almost in execute range, but Peace is too. J-Law might finish him first.
Oh,
it's going to be another scatter. If not, it's over for Peace. J-Law! First aid! There's just an execute away. Bro, no. J-Law is going to win this. And that means J-Law versus Snuts is going to be next. Let's see it. Boom! The ogre taking out Peace. Snuts has to fight his worst nightmare. Coming up next. Oh my gosh.
Wow. That is
J-Law is so impressive. Man. If someone's going to take out Snuts, it's going to be J-Law. Like, it's going to be J-Law. Snuts said it. Like, if I was Snuts, it's like, that's a one matchup we don't want to get, and Snuts is getting it. So if Snuts wins this, like, there's even more glory in it, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. And Peace, dude, Peace played phenomenal, dude. He really did this whole tournament. I'm really, really proud of Peace Blade. Taking a break from the Paladin for a little bit, whipping out the Hunter, and doing a phenomenal job doing it. So, making the Crusaders proud. Good stuff. So, really, really good try here.
Next matchup, I think we're moving to round 3. We're seeing Zico versus Sea-Doo.
I believe it is round 3. Yeah,
dude, like, Zico versus Sidu in 2023 on a Tuesday. What a treat, man. This is great. This is great. So Sidu is playing Enhance, Zico is playing Frost, and I mean, I've got to say, I think the Mage is favored in the Enhance. We've seen this matchup play out. What's so cool, though, is we get to see the top end of Mage gameplay and the top end of Shaman gameplay, and we just get to watch how it unfolds with all consumables, pretty much no rules, and see two of the best players in the world duke it out.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be incredible. I mean, these are two of the most highly decorated WoW players ever. I mean, Zico, actually both these guys. Sidu's done some casting as well, hasn't he? I know Zico is also a legendary caster, and they're getting started right now.
Tidal Charm into the Polymorph to start it off as Zico, and it seems like he loves that opener, and I love it too. It's so safe. It's so clean. You just Tidal Charm Sheep, and right from the Tidal Charm Sheep, you get to kill all the totems, change your trinkets, and get a nice clean opener. Looks like the net backfired for Zico, if I'm not mistaken there, which is really what you don't want to happen if you're Zico, but yeah, it worked out. It worked out for him. He got the distance once again, and the Frost Reflector from Sidu is great. But once again, it's going to be an uphill battle for him. The Nova comes out, Trinket immediately on the Nova. Sleeping Dust from Zico, and the totems are being slain. So what Zico wants to do in this matchup is wait till Sidu's out of mana. He wants to kite out Sidu, let Sidu use a lot of mana, kill the totems, fake the Earth Shocks, kill the groundings, keep kiting. And Sidu will run out of mana. Sidu is hoping to rush Zico down. Pops the sprint, has the free action potions, as much damage as possible. Zico, if he plays patiently, should be able to kite him out and wait till Sidu's to really start doing damage.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're absolutely right. Trying to take an Enhanced Shaman and make him burn as much mana as possible is key here, because Enhanced Shamans, again, because of the build, because of the items in vanilla that they will use, they don't have a lot of intellect, they don't have a lot of mana, and really, Sidu is he just has to try and close the gap here, man. But Zico is just, I mean, he's one of the best, man. You have such a hard time just trying to catch up to him, man. Getting those fast bolts off, just tagging him and just stepping away, tagging him, stepping away. And
look at Sidu's mana, though. I'm really impressed with Sidu's mana.
Really good.
Normally in this matchup, you would see the Enhance go super fast, and Sidu knows that Zico is trying to him. Maybe he put on more Spirit Gear. Maybe he changed his set around. But Sidu is really impressing me. If Sidu never goes it's going to be tough for Zico to kill. Why? Well, because there's going to be nonstop groundings, nonstop Earth Shocks. There's the Arcane Bomb from Zico to drain 1,500 mana from Sidu. Really like it. But if Sidu can keep up his mana, it's going to take Zico a long time to get through the defense of Shaman.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And Sidu is he keeps getting close. He gets that Frost Shock off, and he's trying to close on him, but he just can't quite get there. And he's really feeling it, man. This has got to be brutal, man. This has got to be one of the most frustrating things to do, is trying to chase down a Frost Mage like that. And, you have some counterplay, right? You have the Earth Shock, you have the Grounding Totem, you have the Frost Shock, but sometimes it's just not a big counterspell on Sidu. So he can't cast anything right now for another couple of seconds, and that puts him way behind, and he's in the danger zone. As soon as he was able to cast, he tried, but then he got hit with a big rocket helm, and this might be it for Sidu. This might be it.
Zico is going to go with the Arcane Bomb to seal the deal.
Oh!
Healing Pot being used from Sidu. Yeah, Ice Block coming out to break the CC. Cold Snapping. Kona Cold at resist. Lesser Healing Wave coming through. Earth Shock coming out. Lesser Healing Waves to follow. Zico has no mana, but he has Evo. He has no mana gem for about 30 seconds and no mana pot for about 60 seconds. So Zico kind of has to wait for those. But he's also Evo too, I think. So he can also just resheep to full on Evo. So it's not like Zico's in trouble by any means. But Sidu lived that onslaught. And Zico played that pretty safe too with the Arcane Bomb, Silence, and everything like that. So I really like how Zico has done it. But Sidu managed to hang on for another little bit.
And you can just see the respect that Zico has for Sidu. I mean, he knows that this is a very favorable matchup for him, class to class. But he has so much respect for Sidu. He does not want to give Sidu a chance to do anything. I mean, that you mentioned the patience on waiting for the arcane bomb, cover all his bases to try and finish right there. I think a lot of people would have gone into that duel seeing a shaman at 16% health and just try and go for the big dam, right, and just try and finish him off right there. But Zico, he has the ability to just take it slow and finish him off right there. And down goes Sidu. Amazing showing in the tournament. I mean, that was Sidu has been I mean, he's been a great player for such a long time, man. Yeah, it's been a great player for such a long time, and it was it's great to see him compete in this tournament and do as well as he has.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad to see. But I mean, Zico played textbook. And it's still cool to see it play out. The arcane bomb plays from Zico I thought were brilliant. The opener with the title charm sheep I thought was brilliant. And Sidu, staying alive as long as he did and conserving mana for as long as he did, and like ooming Zico to the point where like that was once the mages oom out of cooldowns, then it becomes a duel again. Like the shaman ooms first and it's scary, the shaman could die, but if the mages oom, then it gets back to serious business. Zico, first player and the first seed to advance to the 4th round. Semi-finals, if that's a thing. I don't know. Mez versus Big B next. We have the double hunter. I'm excited for this one, man. Like Bean and Mez need no introduction, right? Bean, second place BlizzCon. Mez, first place BlizzCon. Well, and Bean, normally is main Feral, but in Classic WoW goes on that Hunter, and Mez normally mains Death Knight, but in Classic WoW also plays Hunter. Both players so experienced. They're used to the big stage. They're used to the pressure. Both picking up the Hunter and doing very well in this tournament. Both players obviously haven't lost today because they're still alive and they're standing there in front of us. And Hunter versus Hunter is not a matchup I have like a ton of expertise in. I would probably expect to see is a pretty decently fast matchup here. You can't run against another Hunter too long. Sleeping Dust from Mez to start things off, just the Sleeping Dust from range, and it looks like he's going to get that big aim shot to start, but it might have heartbeat broke.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is going to be one of those where, like you mentioned earlier, is like Bean and Mez are both very well-known players. And it's going to be exciting to see how this one fares out, to see who plays Zico in the next round.
Double Viper Steam coming out. They're both 60% mana. Mez has a slight favor in the health, and Scare Beast coming out from Big Bean on the Fred. Mez taking a bit of Viper Sting damage, so it might be more of like Hunters kite each other out to Viper Sting whatever Hunter's first loses. It could be a situation like that, and if that is the case, Big Bean is 40% mana, Mez up to 50, so Bean is losing this. Mez has the health advantage as well, but anything can happen. RNG can happen. Classic WoW can happen. Mez using the Elixir of Poison Resistance, removing the Viper Sting from himself. Concussive shot, RNG onto Bean, unlucky.
And the Imp Wing Clip too, right after.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Fred gets ice trapped. Oh no. See, that's what I really want to see today. It's Bean and Mez is a great matchup. I really want to see who does better, Fred or Grayson over there.
Yeah, seriously. We have Concussive Shot RNG, Wing Clip RNG. We have Crit RNG, Resist, Misses. We'll see how it plays out. It's very close. I would maybe dare to say Mez is slightly in the lead. Both pets are just CC'd forever. Hunters are in melee range going for the Wing Clips. Bean might be the first one to get the other Hunter They're pretty much both at this point. They're both within 5% life of each other. This could be anyone's game. Bean fighting for his life. Another improved Wing Clip from Mez. He's all over Bean now. Both pets connecting. Fred and Grayson doing work. Being at half life, no mana for scatter or feign death or trap or anything like that. Major healing pot used. Doesn't look like it does almost anything though for Bean. I wonder what consumables we have left. If we have teas, if we have flasks, now's the time to bring them out.
Bean,
this is a duel to the death.
oh, okay, wait, he
will fall.
Thought he got just absolutely domed there for a second.
Avoiding the pet. I mean, this is look, these guys are completely tapped. They have no mana. I mean, they're just sitting here standing 10 paces apart and shooting each other, maybe. They're getting in melee. Fred's trapped now. Bean has gotten some unfortunate...
that's huge. He gets the first aid.
He got the cross CC.
Yeah, he traps one and Magic Dust the other. Bean is going to be able to first aid and drink. This might be the momentum Bean needs to turn the tides here. Oh no. Cross CC on the 2 players. The Viper Sting is coming out. Bean's taking the lead. Mez is trying to get back in the range. He's not quite shooting. Bean's getting a massive lead from this. There's the healing pot. Mez is not shooting. He's just running in. Now he finally gets that Viper Sting off, but Bean now has a 10 or 15% health advantage. Mez uses the Magic Dust and it looks like it resists. He will not be able to pull that same play that Bean just
They're
played.
fucking
He can't take it from
mana
his
broke,
playbook today.
dude.
The
Both of
Viper
them.
Sting and the sticky glue connecting onto Mez. Another concussive shot RNG onto Bean, and I think
This is
Oh,
crazy.
this go either way, but a T-pop.
Bean with mana. Bean with mana. It's a DPS race. Oh, the Flask. The Flask to get
It's
his health
over.
back up just a little bit.
It's over.
Who's
Mez
gonna
looks
win?
No.
Is it gonna be Fred or Grayson?
Mez pops the tuber and the
tuber.
flask to gain more life. Bean pops the T
Scare Beast.
to gain more life and mana. Trap into the
scares
Scare
Beast?
Beast. It might be a bandage.
Cross
It might be a
CC.
bandage.
First aid?
The first aid on the dot, dude. Right as
Oh.
the bandage dropped, right as the debuff dropped, he was able to
Oh.
get just enough healing off.
Viper
keep
Sting
it going.
coming out
Come
from
on,
both
Grayson.
ends. Both hunters are pretty much tapped. Mez is on 10%. Bean trying to finish it off, but so is Mez. It's as close as it can be. Bean's kiting it out. There's the scatter trap. Grayson connects and Mez goes down.
Let's fucking go.
Mez, what a duel. Oh my goodness, man. Holy. If this tournament started, when this tournament started yesterday, if I told you Bean was going to take out Mez, what would you have said?
I mean, I would have said I want to see that, and we just did.
And we
was great.
just did, dude.
A duel. That was amazing, man. That was absolutely
great.
amazing. The last like 2 minutes of that, they're just out of mana and just trying to just shoot into each other nonstop, just 10 bases apart, like an old school Western, dude. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's a perfect analogy. I like Hunter Mirrors. I would love to see more Hunter Mirrors. That was a fun duel to watch. Like, some mirrors are just boring, you know? Like, we had that Druid versus Druid or whatever. Like, Hunter Mirrors, I would love to see more of them, man. Like, yeah, what a fun one. Next up, we have another mirror. We have the Warlock mirror. And this is a mirror where we've seen a lot of strategies, differing strategies come out, like pet kills or just going in for the kill, more damage, and seems like any Warlock that's gone for the pet kill strategy comes out ahead. So I would probably be willing to bet Gripping and Mad Nox might both go for the pet kill strat, because like that just seems to be the strategy that is winning the Warlocks duels every single time.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, that is the key. The key is for sure to kill the Fell Hunter. We've seen it time and time again. And I mean, now one thing's curious is seeing the banishes go out, because what I've noticed multiple times is one Warlock killed the other Warlock's pet, and the other one starts banishing it. But why? I'm kind of surprised as to see why they don't just go for the banish right off the bat and try and make them choose like if they want to go for the pet or not. I mean, they're railing the pets right now real hard. So let's see how this one plays out.
It's a good question, you know. Maybe the banish gets spell locked and now you're locked in shadow and you can't fear. And then the next banish, you could maybe fear their banish. You just stop the banish over and over, kind of a thing. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're in the spot where your pet's dead. You can't stop the banish, and now you're just behind. Maybe that's my best guess.
Yeah, I'd love to ask them.
Yeah, it might be a weird interaction with Soul Link, or with how it works. It might be like giving them free 20% mitigation, because also a big reason to kill the pet is to stop that Soul Link, right? And so yeah, there's the second pet coming in from Gripping.